It's got a 9-inch diameter on the back end here and 7 on the front. It's a big log to try to get into position this high up on the structure. Gotten up to the top of the wall. I'm now working on getting a cross beam, which is up here. And this is going to be the only notching that I do on the structure, is up here at the roof line. I cut a notch on this side to start with to fit down over that 4x4. Now we'll go over and mark where the notch needs to be on the other side. This way, I know exactly where to cut my notch and at what angle, so that it's nice and straight this way with the one over on that end. We've got our post sitting on top of the 4x4, looking out across, and it doesn't get much better than that. Now we've got sort of a post and beam structure going. Our 4x4s sit on rock down at the bottom, and they come up to here and across to hold the frame together this way. And all my logs as well screw into this frame, so that every log that's running this way across is holding the structure together as well from, rolling either direction and toppling. We're finishing off the walls tonight and about to move on to the roof. Last video we showed our 4x4 posts going on each corner, and those are fastened in with these structural screws. These ran about $1.50 each. I think I used around 64 of them in total. That fastened every log on the building into the 4x4s. That came to around $110 with taxes in, and the 4x4x8 pressurized treated posts, those came to I think $90 taxes in. So far on a 12x8 building, we're only in about $200 in materials. The 4x4 post, again, allowed me to square everything in the building. It allows the outer face of these logs to line up for when we put something on it to clad it. And it allows all of the logs to stack on top of one another straight. And it fastens in with each of the screws so that it holds the structure together this way and this way. Just finishing off up here tonight, and at the top of the roof, to get my slope where I wanted, I went with 2 logs on top of each other, and then on top of that you can see a 2x4 up here. This 2x4 was to get above this log here. This log joins the 2 4x4s, and I didn't want the weight of the roof beams to come onto this smaller log and then in turn come down the 4x4. I chose to use the large log here and have my weight rest on the 2x4 and then come down the log structure to the inside of my 4x4. And that way my weight is being distributed down over this log mass and across a much larger beam than the one that I could put up here on top of my 4x4. At the back of the roof, I just needed the 1 log. I've got my small log here that joins my 2 4x4 corner posts sitting on the outside, and to the inside of that I've got a much larger beam that the weight of the roof is going to rest on, and that's going to bring the weight down through the log structure to the inside of the 4x4 and distribute it that way down into the foundation. I have to test right now to see when I roll a log down across the roof that it maintains its height on this log above this one here, and then we're ready to secure this log into place. So here you see the roof beam coming down from the front, sloping to the back and landing on the larger beam here to the inside. I'm going to have to do something to take care of that knot right here. I'll take that down with the axe. Okay, so this is going to work out fine. My roof logs here are all going to sit to the larger inside beam at the back end of the building, and at the front they're going to sit on that 2x4 up there, which comes down on top of the 2 big logs there. So here's looking at the level on the back end of the building, and you can see this last log tips it just a little bit. So when I put my roof logs on, I'm going to put my largest diameter ones on this end, going to smallest diameter down there, and hopefully that's going to make up the little bit of difference in the level of the roof.